Tribe, what's up? I haven't posted a tribe video for a while. I don't know, maybe I'll throw this on a public side. I haven't decided yet. But I really want to talk to you about manifestation here, okay? And I think this is probably, it's going to be high up there. It could be number one, baby, of really kind of what's holding you back, what's holding back your manifestations, what you're trying to manifest, your dream life, no matter what it is. And I'm talking about big stuff, baby. I'm not talking about you want to manifest a flipping water, okay? You want to manifest stuff that it's going to change your life. You understand? It's going to change your life overnight. It's not just going to change your life. It's going to change your family's life. It's going to change anybody that's around you that's involved with your life. You understand? That's what we're going to talk about here. And I'm going to give you some wonderful pointers. You know, you need to watch this video because this video might change your life right here, okay? If you're struggling, depressed, things aren't working, okay, maybe you're just getting vague results, okay? And right now, we are back up in Surin. It's a wonderful, feels wonderful out. I'm starting to do either morning walks or evening walks because it's starting to cool down. It's becoming that time of the year where your skin don't feel like it's melting off. And this actually leads into our talk, okay? Because you see, we've been up in Surin for 1.5 years and I haven't worked out, baby, okay? I might have worked out for flipping 2 or 3 days the whole 1.5 years, okay? And I'm a guy that I love morning walks. I don't know. I know that sounds boring, but I love morning walks. I haven't even done my morning walks for almost a whole year, okay? I haven't went to the gym, done my morning walks. And Aeang and I, and another note here before I get to it, I am going to start making a lot of videos on co-creating and manifesting as a couple, okay? I started noticing that on YouTube, that everybody does videos on manifesting solo, okay? But what if when you're in a relationship, okay? I started seeing that. I started seeing all these guru coaches, they're not even in a relationship, and they're teaching you how to manifest your SP, okay? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but expect a lot of content coming in that area. But let's stay focused here because I've been unfocused with this walk. And one of the things Aeang and I learned, we just got back up here a couple days ago from Jomtien. We were down in Jomtien for like 2 weeks looking for a place. And it seemed like when we went down there, it was so easy to go down there. Everything, like every piece of the domino was so easy to go. And once we got down there, we just hit kind of, it just felt like, we just hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. You understand, my friends? For the whole 2 weeks, okay? And the main dilemma was we couldn't find a place for the dogs, okay? And we didn't want to give up the dogs, so we had to come back up here because Aeang has to pick up her dad's medicine and stuff like that. So we'll probably be up here for the next few weeks before we head back down to Jomtien. But it really did. It really just felt like, dude, is this a waste of money? You know, your mind goes in a gutter. Like, is this a waste of money, a waste of time to come down here and just stay in resorts and hotels? I mean, we got up, literally, guys, we were on the motorbike most days at 7 a.m. looking for a place. And places that took the dogs, it was like in a Thai ghetto, okay? And I'm telling you the story for a reason because lots of times you have to remember, one, life is happening for you. Life is happening for your benefit, okay? So when both of us were thinking this, we went down, we're hitting all these setbacks, and we both started thinking in our own way that, what is the benefit here? You know, it was so easy to come here. Okay, why are we struggling like this? And we both sat down and talked about it, but we both had our own interpretation of it, okay? And what we kind of started to realize is when we left Seren, I'm going to do a hint really quick here. This is the part you really need to pay attention to. Don't go to sleep in this part, okay? Don't turn off the video on this part, because you're going to miss a nugget right here. A nuggets are going to change your flipping life, okay? This is what we talked about. You see, the whole time we've been up in Seren, we hated Seren, okay? And even though this is where Aang grew up, this is where Aang's house is, family houses and stuff like that, like we hated it. You know, we hated it. It was loud. We didn't want to be here. It was poverty. You know, they blast music all hours of day and night. We have to call the cops, you know. On top of it, yeah, I'm more neurodivergent, high functioning autism. So this music and loudness kind of bothers me. Like really bothers. I'm talking about coming in the house. I'm not talking about you walk outside. Okay. And we both came to a realization, like when we were up here for a whole year and a half, we didn't enjoy life. We didn't live life, tribe. Did you hear what I'm saying? We didn't live life, okay? It was almost like the happiness trap. We started thinking like, well, I'll be happy when we buy our house. I'll be happy when we move to Jomtien. I'll be happy when we move to Bangkok. I'll be happy when we have our dream house. I'll go to the gym when I have my dream house. You understand? I'll do my morning walks when I'm in a better environment. You understand? So what we were doing and what we kind of realized in Jomtien, almost like kind of a few days before we came back up to Seren, is that we weren't living life. And with manifesting, listen guys, it's about living life, okay? Listen, this is how, and I know a lot of you out there, you watch my videos, you watch other people's videos, and you guys know a lot about this topic, okay? But I'm here to tell you, you gotta live life. You understand? Okay? Because listen, when you live life, you're living as that most successful version of you. When you start living life now today, you start doing things now today, just like if the most successful version of me is going to the gym, well, I go to the gym today. If the most successful version of me would be taking morning walks, well, I take morning walks right now today. Wait for this truck to pass. You understand, okay? If you get up and you think, no, every time right when I wake up, I'm gonna go in, jump in the shower. After I jump in the shower, I'm gonna dress all snazzy to make my coffee. Well, you do that right now today. You don't wait, okay? Now, what you have to understand is that aligns you with the most successful version of you. Then when you're in alignment with that most successful version, well, the bigger stuff comes to you. That's how you put yourself in alignment. Okay, that's what Never Goddard, all the Never Goddard fans, that's what Never Goddard is beautiful over here, by the way. I wanted to point that out. It looks better in person. But all the Never Goddard fans out there, this is what Never Goddard meant by living in the yin. Okay, is living the yin the most simplest way ever put, probably out of my mouth, is live life. You gotta live life. You gotta go do things, okay? And you do things what the most successful version of you would do. Just in your daily habits, okay? It has nothing to do with what you want. It has nothing to do with your dream house, your dream car. You want to be a multimillionaire. Has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with, well, Chad, it sounds all easy and practical what you're saying, but I don't have the money to do that stuff. Okay, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about you putting yourself in alignment with enjoying life. Because listen, the most successful version of you would be enjoying life. Do you understand? So you have to be aware of, look, what would I be doing? You know what I mean? Would I be dressing nicer? Then dress nicer. Okay. Would I be spending money on myself? Then spend money on yourself. Listen, guys, you are the precious prize. You understand? You're the most important person. You got to treat yourself well. Just like if the most successful version of you eats healthy, you eat healthy right now today. You understand? If you would go out and get manicures and pedicures, you do that now today. Okay, if you get your hair cut every month, you do that now today. And you might sit there and say, well, Chad, I don't have money to buy myself stuff. Okay, you're thinking too big. You're trying to debate with me. But you can buy yourself a t-shirt every month. Okay, if you need to replace your boxers and socks, you can do that. You understand? And I know all of you aren't like this, but some of you out there, you want to debate. Well, I can't go out and buy my dream car. All you're trying to do is debate. All you're trying to do is throw out extreme examples, which it doesn't matter to me because I'm not thinking that way. But it all matters to you because what you believe to be true for you is always going to flip back and come to you. Okay. And I don't want to go down a rabbit hole with all this and get super spiritual, make it difficult. But that's what Aeang and I really realized when we went to Jomtien. That's why when we're hitting these roadblocks, it wasn't really a roadblock because life is happening for you for your benefit. And it made us see, once we were out of Seren, it made us see that we didn't enjoy life up here, okay? Up here in the village, we're about 30 minutes from the city. We're about 30 minutes from Seren City, okay? So yes, it's a little bit inconvenient, but guys, I could drive up to Seren City 3 days out of the week and go to the gym. Aeang and I could drive up there a few days a week. We'll go to Big C, Macro, those are the grocery stores. We can go to the movies up there. There's a couple places to eat up there. Way more than down here. Yes, it's a little bit inconvenient. Yes, it takes a little bit more work. We can't just we're not living by the beach and walk right out and walk to stuff, okay? So yes, it's a little bit inconvenient, but I can still make it happen. Aeang can still make it happen. And that's what we realized, is when you're just living life, listen, it takes your mind away from what you're thinking, okay? It takes your mind, you're living life, you're doing things. And when you're living life, you're doing things, you tend to forget about what you want. You tend to forget about that dream house, that dream car. And when you forget about it, and you truly let it go, and you just enjoy life, it comes to you. Okay? And I just want to share that with everybody because a lot of us, I'm sure Aeang and I are not the only two people in the world that struggled with this. And it's not that we sat down and really thought about it. We just kind of got roped into it. You understand? No, it just happened naturally that, you start not liking your environment and that starts rubbing off and you start not to do things and enjoy life. It's almost what Neville Goddard said, that you have to become, and this kind of sounds funny, but you have to become deaf and blind to your 3D world. You understand? You got to become deaf around the people you're around. If they're talking nonsense, you don't hear it. It goes in one ear and out the other. Okay? You become blind to your circumstances around you. You become blind to all the noise around you, and you only focus on you. You only focus on you enjoying life. Okay? And as simple as it sounds, we both got roped into it. And that's really our main goal now. When we came up here, we're like, okay, we're going to do things different while we're up here. Okay. Now, when I'm up here, I'm treating it different. I'm treating Seren like it's temporary up here. I'm only up here for so long. Listen, guys, life is temporary. Okay. You don't know when it's your time to go. Life is temporary. Live life. Okay. Live in present moment. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Okay. The time is now. It's present moment. Okay. That's why we got up here. Today's Tuesday. We got up here on Sunday. Yesterday I started my walks. Okay, either in the morning or evening. I mean, go out for a walk. Okay, we're still waiting for the motorbike. We shipped our motorbike back up here, so we have a motorbike up here. Once the motorbike comes, we're gonna go to Big C Macro, start going to the city at least 3 times a week, okay? When we never went to the city when we were up here. I think when we first came up a year and a half ago, we started, but then we quit, okay? And guess what? Even when I come out, take a walk, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not thinking about the gripes and the moans. I'm just living life. My mind is focused on, this is what I gotta do while I'm up here. Okay, there's so much things I didn't do in a year and a half. And I kind of realized that, I get that notification off there. I kind of realized that when, like the day before we were leaving for Jomtien a couple weeks ago, like we were not like really walking around saying goodbye to people, but kind of doing that, walking around saying, hey, we'll be back up here. But I kind of realized it then. You ever feel like, you know, you've been in a place for a while, now you're leaving. Then when you're leaving, you just have this weird, it's an odd feeling, not weird, but you have this odd feeling. It comes to you like you didn't do what you were supposed to do up here. You understand? Like you didn't enjoy life up here. You didn't hang out with people, okay? You didn't go do things. There's so many, even with YouTube, you know, sharing experiences, life experiences and stuff like that. You know, I got so wrapped up and so caught up into, they blast music all over. I let that stop me. I let that stop me from going to the city, you know, making YouTube videos outside, you know what I mean? Even sharing Thailand things, even Surin, like in Thailand, Surin, the nickname of Surin is the home of the elephants. This is where all the elephants come from. When you see elephants all over Surin, see elephants all over Thailand, they come from Surin. You know what I mean? So now when we're coming back up here for a short time, if we're here for a month and a half, whatever, it's like, I'm here temporary. Okay, I need to get on, I need to enjoy life while I'm up here. Bottom line, if I want to film content, I got to do it because I don't have that much time. Okay, because we'll be going back down. But as we wrap up this video, because I know I'm talking in a circle, but guys, you got to start enjoying life. If you feel down and depressed, you're so obsessed and focused on manifesting isn't working, it's not working because you're not enjoying life. It's simple as that, honestly, guys. It's not working because you're too obsessed with it. You're trying to control the how. You're trying to control how it happens instead of just living life. Because listen, when you're just living life, your mind stops thinking about it. Like the whole time I was in Jomtien, even Aeang said this too, because we talked about it. It's just I'm taking a walk by myself. The whole time I was in Jomtien, listen, like we were so busy, I hardly thought about YouTube. Even though I was still posting YouTube stuff, shorts, long form, even though I was still doing that, but I had no time. I just had to post it and we were busy looking for a place. So, but what I found was when I was out, we were out looking for a place, or we went to a restaurant to eat, or we stopped to have a few beers, or I had a friend down there, we would hang out with him. Like I wasn't thinking about work, thinking about YouTube. I wasn't thinking about what I was trying to manifest. You know what I mean? It was out of my mind, out of sight. And listen, when it's out of your mind, out of sight, that's when it flips. That's when it comes to you. But you got to put yourself in that state. And the only way to really put yourself in that state is you got to enjoy life. Okay? Because listen, if you're not, I know I keep on saying I'm going to wrap this video up, but I want to give you guys some nuggets. I want you guys to get fucking results. Okay? Because listen, when you're not living life, you're in contradiction with the thing that you want. You're contradicting your state. You're contradicting yourself because you're not living life yourself. Because listen, the most successful version of you would be living life. Am I lying to you? Probably not. I think all of us can agree with that. The most successful version of you would be living life. You know what I mean? So why aren't you living life right now? Because if you're not living, listen, if you're not living life right now today, you are not, one, you are not being that most successful version of you, and you're contradicting that state. You're in contradiction. Remember, if you're contradicting that state, that's like friction, that's like force, and it's keeping stuff away from you. All because, listen, all because the simple fact of, I'm not living life. I'm not enjoying life. Even when I was down in Jomtien, I was so busy, guys. But we were out. I mean, we didn't even stay. Literally, I just rented. We just stayed in kind of little cheap hotels that were still really nice, like really nice and prime spot. I'm gonna make a video about it on the Thailand side, but we spent no time in a hotel. Literally, when we got up and left, we didn't come back. you know what I mean? And that's when I realized, is like, I need a Thai SIM card. Okay, because I haven't had a Thai SIM card for years here. I had a Thai SIM card my first year in Thailand. After that, I always had like internet in my place. So I thought, well, you know what? I don't need a Thai SIM. I'll just have internet at home. When I go out and about, I really don't need it. But it's like, dude, I need a Thai SIM because when we're out and about, I want to be able to record and upload and do all this stuff and share way more. I mean, it's just simple stuff like that. Like, I mean, listen, it sounds corny and cheesy, but the most successful version of me would have a flipping SIM card, a Thai SIM card, a Thai number on my phone. So even when I'm taking this walk, I uploaded stuff on Facebook. Okay, right before I started filming this video. I just want to share that with everybody. It's not about manifesting techniques. It's literally you setting intention what you want. You fall asleep in that state. You wake up in the morning and live life. It doesn't really get any harder than that. You understand? You influence your subconscious mind while you're sleepy. You go to sleep. You wake up and live life. And you try your best to live life as the most successful version of you. And if you don't know what the most successful version of you would be doing, you just have to sit down and think. Be aware of what you're doing. Okay, that's it. Don't make it harder than what it is, baby. Getting close down here by this Thai store right here. I'm walking back because Aeang, our gas is out, because Aeang has like a gas stove, but you have like a propane tank. So it opens at 6 p.m. They can't do it earlier, so it's getting close to that time. So I'm walking back, but she's gonna need help with the tank. The tank's pretty heavy. little puppies coming to see me. Walking down through there. That's Long's puppy. He's scared of me now. He's almost like bite me. The little puppies will bite. That's Long's puppy. Long is the big dog that used to come in. She still comes in and plays with my dogs, plays with Lucky and Money. But that's one of her puppies down there. But now the puppy's friendly when she's around Long. But even the puppies in Thailand, if they don't know you with their razor sharp teeth, whoo, dude, they're biting the shit out of you. I mean, they bite hard. It's not a warning bite. And the reason why is because either the street dog, they get attacked by other dogs, or, sometimes locals are mean to them, stuff like that. I mean, things you don't really want to hear, but you got to be careful a little bit. But Long, you can see her down here. She's waiting for me. Like a little black spot, but she don't want to run up here because the dog's over here. Whereas the dogs over here in this house, they're mean. So the dogs have all their own territory. So the dogs know like where they can walk up and go and stuff like that. Very territorial. So I can see her going down there. She's waiting for me to walk up. She's scared to walk to me. The dog, the brown dog sitting right there. We were right before I kind of recorded, they were getting in a fight over there, and I had to go break it up. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, those right there. They like me, but for some reason they don't like Long. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there sitting? Lon? See, there's Lon right there. There's Lon right there. Yeah, there's Lon right there. Yeah, yeah. There's Lon right there. Am I? Oh, you got food? Go over there. Go over there. Oh, you got the. Yeah, there's our puppies up there, like in there eating. She got food. So. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's just something like Aeang and I really learned. Like we both kind of just got, really severely caught up with up here in the village, and we let it affect us so much that we just weren't doing things. We weren't living life. Like one of the things I didn't share with you is either the environment is controlling you or you're controlling your environment. Okay. How do you control your environment? You control your environment by living life. That's how you bend reality. You live life. You don't let the environment affect you. You understand, tribe? But anyway, I'm home. Aang's dad right here. All the pups might run out and jump on me, so I'll get my mic off. Got my mic case right here. But anyway, tribe, remember I love you guys. And comment below. Help you out as much as possible. If you need any more help than that, jump into the description. That's where all the nuggets are. And other than that, I love you. Hang in there. Start living life, baby. Okay? Start living on your terms now, today. Not later. Okay? But other than that, I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.